Hello?
We're live?
Are we live? I can't see anyone.
Yes. I would think at this point of hearing that song, you would know
Yeah, I know,
when the
but
song ends,
it
we're
was too
live.
silent for me. I don't see Willie. I don't see anyone. I
Oh,
did not
yeah.
know if we were live.
We're good. We're good. We're live. We're live. Talk to the
Hey, I
people.
see
But
us.
hey, we never done
There we
this, man.
go.
Always
There
in
we go. We're getting
person.
this remote thing down.
This is it's a weird feeling. No mics, no nothing. But we are back with another episode of Nothing But Facts, season 3, episode 24. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I'm Chloe Rogers, grandson of Steve Rogers, son of Aaron Rodgers. And that's the bestest co-host in the whole wide world, chilling in his room with Simba, Mr. Trill Bill.
Yeah, we just back at it like crack addicts, ready to talk that good shit. It's, NBA finals are finally here. People done got eliminated. A couple people lost 4-2. But shit, we had to talk about it. Just like that.
Giannis and Chris Paul, who's getting the first ring?
Well, let's jump on into it. Let's talk about it. CP3 is headed to his first finals in 16 seasons, and this is the first time the Suns have been in the finals since 1993.
I'm just happy for this dude, bruh. Like, if anyone has paid attention to Chris Paul, it's like, bruh, the man done been through it. Like, let's face it, he put New Orleans back on the map before Drew Brees got there, or while Drew Brees was there, right after Katrina. Bro, they was playing in OKC for like half the man's time there.
Mhm.
Like, he was dealing with all type of shit. Didn't have no AD. Man had David West, fucking Mo Peterson and shit on that team.
Tyson
Like,
Chandler.
Peja
Bro,
Stojakovic.
exactly, a
fire.
old ass Peja. Like, bruh, the man was out there trying, took them to the playoffs, stole a few games off of Kobe. Then the man gets the trade to the Lakers, and David Stern was like, "Nah, big dog, try again, try again."
And he has to
Send-
go to the Clippers.
Put the Clippers back on the map.
That's some
Took
bad.
them,
Instead of playing with Kobe, you got to go lead a team with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. Rough.
bruh. He did it all, and it's like the man. This is literally 41 points, 8 assists, 0 turnovers.
He
That's
shoot
point
7
five.
for 8 from 3.
7 of 8 from 3.
Yeah,
Like,
he has,
What else?
some
That's a perfect
right
game.
there.
Then he made Patrick Beverly lose his shit, push him in the back. Like, bruh, like, come on, dog. Like,
What do you think he said? He had to say some wild shit.
oh, on the shot, he probably said something, but even on the replay, all he does is just look at Patrick Beverly, and it's like, yeah, you my child.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not bad. That's a wild dog. He was like, oh
bruh,
yeah,
he's your neighborhood crackhead. I don't see him as anything else but that. Like, the man is violent. I would not give him if you. That's the type of person when you don't give him $1, he gonna attack you just like that. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
You know he would have bought a honey bun with that $1.
Bro, he would have flipped
every
that
time I think about
dollar.
$1, I just think about Everglades
Big
and all the
Texas.
people that would ask for $1. That shit was annoying. That's how I met
Well-
Rashad. He kept asking me for $1. Little 14-year-old Rashad just asked me.
Do we have any finals predictions? Talking about the finals.
I gotta see game 1 to see how they play these boys without Giannis because I doubt he comes back. I say you rest Giannis till you go back to Milwaukee for game 3 and 4. I feel like
Well,
Chris.
I guess let's bring it back then real quick before we go any further. Let's talk about Game 6 yesterday first, and then we'll get
Mhm.
into, do we believe Giannis is playing and all that stuff. So yesterday we saw Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and now the Bucks are headed to the NBA Finals for like the first time since what?
He's
Kareem
like
Abdul-Jabbar?
74.
Yeah, like that's insane. So, yeah, the Bucks are headed to the NBA Finals. This is definitely probably the last finals I think anybody would have thought of, unless you're a Suns or a Bucks fan, and either or of both, unless you're Eric Bledsoe, I guess. But yeah, let's talk Eastern Conference Finals yesterday. Do you guys think maybe like Trey affected the Hawks and rushed himself?
I don't think it was the fact that he rushed himself. It was like, look, he's gonna play regardless. He gives them their best chance. But shit, the fact that he's out there, they're just gonna go at him. Like, he's already a defensive liability to start off 100% healthy. So with 1 foot, bro, Chloe was there the other night. That's like me trying to guard people in the paint, bro. 120 pounds soaking wet, bro. They finna be like, hey, let me get that every time.
And imagine
Every
it's a
time.
bone bruise. You know how bad his foot's hurting, and he's like a professional athlete playing on that type of timing and that type of speed. But last night was literally just the Bucks being on all cylinders. They had 6 people in double figures: Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. That's what I'm saying. You don't need Giannis as of right now because they could carry the load. Like they really can. Chris Middleton, when Giannis isn't there, he's like, shit. I'm the number one option. I'm Chris Middleton, honestly. I got big respect for Chris Middleton. But yeah, the Bucks are just on all cylinders. And as you said, Trae Young, he's playing what, like at 65%? He got no lift in his shot. It was GG's from the start. You got Pat Connaughton hitting 3 threes. Jeff Teague was 3 for 3. Shout out to Jeff Teague, bro. He went from getting swept by LeBron. Now he's in the finals.
The only thing I will say about that whole series is Chris Middleton had another one of those crackhead quarters. I think he had like 2 or 3 quarters in this series where he had 20 plus points.
He had in last night's first half. He had 5 points. He had 23 in the third.
Bro, like, come on, bro. It's like when he does shit like that, it's like, damn, bro. We thought we was in it, but now we not. But Cam Reddish is going to be very important.
Talk about Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish is going to be so important for the Hawks sooner or later, bro.
Was he not the number one recruit coming out of high school?
No, the way it went is he was 3. Zion was, of course, number 1. RJ was 2.
But Cam was number 1 in his position, or he was behind RJ?
They all played different positions, so he was number 1.
Yeah, he's that. He might be the best shooter in the draft. We were saying that during draft night. It's like how he was always hurt, so DeAndre Hunter was getting the minutes, and now they ended up both getting hurt. But now Cam came back, and he came back when it mattered most in the playoffs, and he let them people know.
Bro, he shot 6 for 7 for 3 last night.
Y'all forgetting it was a big 3 in Duke, not a big 2. I was out there as well.
Brother, man, that's gonna be. You get him going next year, it's a wrap. They gonna be right back. And that's going to be a team to actually be played with and messed with. As long as they bring back John Collins,
they all got to stay healthy. They just be getting hurt. Both of their wings, Reddish and Hunter, are for the future, and they just can't stay healthy.
Even, bro, literally, I think everybody that was a starter besides Herter got hurt. You can say
good wordplay, yeah.
Bro, Capella was fried at a point this year. Trae, fucking both the wings, Bogdanovich.
Was John Collins suspended this year, or was it last year?
Bro, John Collins just be out there playing.
But they got a bright future.
Very bright future.
Their core is under, all their future pieces are under, what, 25, 24? They're good.
And Big O started getting minutes in the playoffs, contributing. That was big shit as well.
I forget about him. Damn, you think they say
any predictions for the finals?
What happened?
Do we have any predictions for the finals?
I'm rocking with the Bucks. I'm just keeping it real. I did say the Suns were getting to the finals, but I'm just rocking with the Bucks. I think it's Giannis' year. I'm sorry, Chris Paul. I think the bad luck just continues, and Giannis captures that first title and lets the world know that he's top 5, top 3. Shit, he could be the best player in the world. If he wins that title, he could talk his talk.
He's making a face like he got something to say.
Because he knows, like, it might be some walkie stuff, like, Chris Paul, all this story, everything is going well for them. But like, don't underestimate Giannis and the Bucks. You saw what the Bucks did without Giannis, and Giannis is literally a modern day Shaquille O'Neal. And you saw how people try to stop Shaq.
So, if I'm the Suns, the game plan is real simple. When Giannis plays, Jay Crowder guard him, because Jay Crowder was on the Heat team last year. You feel me?
Okay.
We're finna build the wall. We're finna have a whole bunch of long gap. Look, Jay Crowder, Bridges, DeAndre Ayton. He dunking on all of them. Let's be for real, all of them. Okay.
No, but you're underestimating that whole supporting cast in Milwaukee with Middleton. Who's Middleton?
Okay, so let me just ask you this question: Who's taking CP3, and then who's taking Book?
Bro, whoever's covering Book is getting 50 piece because it's most likely Middleton, unless they just say, Drew, you gotta get Book. Middleton, you get CP3. Giannis is
CP's going for MVP then.
Yeah, most definitely. And then I also want to see Ayton against Brook Lopez, because obviously Ayton got that, but it's like Brook Lopez is just a mammoth. Like, bro, I want to see he's gonna give Ayton some trouble because that's a big ass guy.
Ayton is so fucking efficient, it's scary. Like, I don't think people understand that shit.
I think he's a dark horse to win the NBA Finals, DeAndre Ayton. or the
Oh
MVP.
yeah,
They
Finals
both.
MVP, hell yeah, because
Yeah, I think he's a dark horse. He's a possibility.
he's gonna have a great shooting. It's almost gonna be like Siakam type shit. He's gonna have a great shooting percentage, and he might have a fucking 30 and 10 night out of nowhere as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, you gonna have to take that into account, big dog.
All right, one more topic, and then we're gonna get into facts or crack. Um, just an interesting perspective on the USA Olympic team. A lot of people, tend to come up with theories that when USA Olympic basketball gets together, that there's a great possibility that players are talking to each other and formulating plans to potentially, become a team together. For example, in 2008, you had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James all on the same team. About a year and a half later, they ended up all together in Miami. I believe the last time the Olympic team was together was 2016, which we saw Kyrie Irving, KD, James Harden. Kyrie and KD announced the same day they were both going to go to Brooklyn, and then ultimately it kept getting hinted at, and Harden ended up forcing his way over to Brooklyn as well. So, do we think that now that the Olympics are back once again, are we going to see another super team formulate?
For the record, the Knicks and the Nets are both in Cancun, so fuck the Nets. But carrying on, Winton, you could start. I just had to put that in there because fuck the Nets because they didn't want to come over here and look what happened. All right, carry on.
All right, so I'm looking at it like this: you either gonna have the Warriors put together some shit, the Nets put together some shit, the Lakers, maybe the
That's why they sent Draymond over there. He about to go in there and be like, "Who can I get for Steph?"
Draymond's gonna be like, "Look, bruh, I can offer. Tell your owner we got a 7'1" lefty. He could do some shit, and he 20 years old. And we got 2 lottery picks. We need your best player, and then we gonna fuck around, go for another 2 more rings, be the greatest team to ever do this shit, and just walk out this bitch."
Who's on that? Who's on the Olympic team again? Bradley Beal, um, KD.
Um,
I
pretty sure
believe
our
it's like
producer can
Bradley
pull that
Beal. I
up.
think Dame is on the team. I'll pull up the roster right now.
Damon Steph. It would just be like, why? Like,
Oh no, it's one of those
oh,
teams where it's like if they start shooting, it's terrifying. Because I know Tatum is on that team, Beal, Lillard.
Here we are. I got the
Um,
roster right here.
no. I'm
So
talking about if Dame and Steph were like on the Warriors together. Like that's GG's. Like that's terrifying.
oh yeah, with Klay Thompson on that team as well,
That's
bro.
so, bro. Let
that would
Draymond
be the
play the five.
craziest backcourt.
I would, you know what I would do? I would change the NBA and make Draymond my starting point guard. Just have them running all off picks. Just
Yeah,
just fuck the whole world up.
they're gonna hate playing the Warriors. It's gonna be the best cardio ever, though.
Oh, bruh, you would fuck playing in Denver, fuck playing in the Heat. This that's gonna be life changing cardio. But let me hear that USA roster, sir.
All right. So the USA basketball roster includes Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, Kevin Love, Chris Middleton, and Jason Tatum.
I can see Dame and Zach, and then I mean, let's see what if Cade makes some noise in Detroit, but Grant could be someone to get snagged away from Detroit.
Exactly. I'm like, bruh, that's the one that I'm like, someone's
Like,
gonna
because
be like,
everyone else is like a borderline almost superstar, so you wouldn't think that. And Jeremy Grant, like, he came alive this year, averaged like at least 23, 24 a game.
they gonna
But
call Jeremy and be like,
yeah,
bro,
he could be like, we'll give you another lottery pick for Grant, start your future. Because Grant on the Warriors, ooh, with Wiggins as well, like, that's just a deep team. I really think they should just play Draymond at the 5. Like, it's going to work. Just let it happen. If you got to trade Wiseman, trade Wiseman. You could get another superstar and get a run with Steph Curry. He still got a solid 4 or 5 years. He just arguably had the best season of his career at age 32. He's that guy. He's that good.
like, bruh, it's too many things. Like the Miami Heat can do some shit. Cause I know Pat Riley's been saying it for years. The man just want one more. He don't want
I
a
think he
three.
wants one more, so he's like, it wasn't LeBron. It's me.
He just literally wants one more so he can die. Basically, I honestly feel that way. Pat Riley's gonna go ahead and leave us once he get that one, cause it's like shit. This is what he put on this earth for: is to be down here in Miami, be the Godfather, get us rings. So he gonna put in some calls this offseason. He gonna be
Done.
like, hey, what y'all want for Dame? What y'all want for
Done.
Bradley Beal? You feel me?
At this point, trade hero. Get rid of him. Get rid of
Bruh,
CJ.
He
look,
should
look,
have been gone. Come on, man.
bruh.
I would trade Duncan Hero for Dame Lillard. I'd prefer Dame Lillard over Harden. I know when we talked about that previously, I said I wouldn't want Harden, but
If
Lillard
you
is a
want
player I would
Dame, I
want.
think they're gonna want. They'll want Harold. They'll want Precious. They'll want your first rounder. Probably two first rounders. Shit, you might throw in Robinson, but at the same time, they don't. They might not want to pay him, so you guys might be able to keep him. KZ might be gone too. It's gonna be a
I'm
lot.
okay with all of those. I'm
But
okay with
it's
all
at the
that for
same
Dame
time, I don't
Lillard.
see like it's so much more because I don't see like Tyler Hero being basically the best piece in that trade for Damian Lillard. But I don't
Yeah,
see Bam or
the
Jimmy going
Blazers
out.
are just notorious for having the worst front office moves in general. Like just like
And
from their draft picks and
that's
everything
why
like
they
that. Like
that's
they
why
would
they
just
haven't
probably
traded
take a
Dame. They're
package like
taking their
that just
time.
because.
They gotta take their time for this because if not, they're gonna be set back another 10 years. Shit, back to the lottery. Y'all
Yep.
better get first. Y'all need at least a all-star caliber player that could potentially turn into like a franchise player.
Bruh, honestly, if I was them, I would not bullshit this. I would legit call OKC up and be like, how many first rounders can I get? Like, can I get 7 and like maybe 4 second rounders and a player? Because if I can get that, fuck whatever any other
Like
NBA team
Darius
is talking
Baisley,
about.
someone
But
like
they
that.
should just say fucking and go trade Dame and to call OKC and be like, let me get Shea and a first rounder. I think Shea is that lethal, and I don't. Even, I think Presti will hang up the phone because I think Shea is the truth.
To me,
Yeah, but
Shea is probably another year away from being plucked away from like one of these super teams. Because I wouldn't be surprised LeBron be like, "Hey, go get me that nigga in a year."
Yeah, because like let's keep it real. I don't think he's not gonna finish in OKC. Like, he might not be that franchise player, but he's most definitely potentially could be like a top 20 player one day in the game.
For sure, for sure.
You see that Chris Paul effect? What came out there like 23, 6 and 7 this year, and they were just like, you know what? We need that number one pick. We need as many first rounders. You're sitting the rest of the year.
But I
Or
swear they create injuries for NBA players. I don't even see them get injured. They just be like, "Yeah, his foot hurt."
randomly happened. They just said they came up with some crazy injury with Shea and just like, and then the fantasy report was like, the Thunder are most likely tanking to get a top pick this year. It's like, yeah, obviously. That's
And
when
then,
Theo crazy.
bro, they got Lou Dort. Bro, we were just talking about it. That Canada team is low key nice as hell. People are sleeping on the Canada basketball team.
But they lost Thomas Oransky yesterday. It's tragic.
So let's move
On
on into
Dort.
everybody's. Let's move on into everybody's favorite segment, Facts or Crack. We got a great slate of Facts or Crack questions for today. Facts or Crack? Now knowing that the Suns are in the finals, was Chris Paul the real MVP?
Yes. Facts. All facts. No crack.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it. You feels me? Like, let's
All
keep
facts.
it real. People love to. I don't even just understand it. It's not even like being biased. It's just like everyone's just gonna say Jamal Murray wasn't playing, but it's like, come on, man.
I mean, look, the
Where have the
math
Suns been?
is this. The
I
math
could
is
be.
this,
I could
right?
be that ignorant. Where have the Suns been before CP3 got there?
That's what I was about to say. The math is this. Last year, Suns, no playoffs, plus CP3 for next season equals finals appearance.
And I think that, don't get me wrong, I don't think the Suns would have been a lottery team this year. They went 8-0 in the bubble for a reason. Like, they're that good. I just think they're not in the finals without Chris Paul. Like, let's keep it 100 with yourself.
They may get knocked out first round without Chris Paul.
For sure. Bruh, like, they would have been happy to be in the
They
playoffs.
would have not been the second seed if Chris Paul wasn't on that team.
Chris Paul, for sure, the real MVP.
No disrespect.
Absolutely agree with you, gentlemen, there. Even though my new Jokic rookie card would say otherwise. But with that being said, let's talk about Chris Paul's old team, the Clippers.
The Flippers?
I mean, the Flippers, yeah, I guess. But sheesh, they had some high expectations. Nothing is happening. I have one question. Are the Clippers a dub? Facts or crack?
Hey, shout out Ross the Lion. He always here. Shout out to him. That's my
shit. Yeah, I got the Clippers as a dub just because you've got your best player has the option to walk away at this time, and unless you do everything in your power, and I've seen other teams try to do this before, if this nigga's not happy, he's just not happy. You can legit try to give him a boat, try to bribe him, try to bribe his family. It don't matter. Once he's not happy, he's not happy. This
Yeah.
man can go play basketball in Alaska for all he cares. So, with that being said, I do think the Clippers are a dub. It's literally all depending on Kawhi. And the man didn't even play. And it's like, bruh, PG's there. He's locked in for the next
Without
five
Paul
years.
George.
But let's face it, that's not. He's not a first option that's going to get you a championship. We respect PG, but we know that.
Wait, so you don't like? Okay, maybe if it wasn't Reggie Jackson, it was an elite second option. No disrespect to Reggie Jackson, I feel like they could beat the Suns. Like Paul George, I think Paul George is that elite. But like, I feel like people forget what he did in Indiana. I know that team was insane defensively, and a bunch of veterans. But that was like a 23-year-old kid going against your team, the Miami Heat, going
Oh
to play.
no, I give
Birdman
PG.
was about to go get all his tattoos removed after he got dunked by him.
I give this man all the credit in the world, but at the same time, you had I've seen you with the wingman before, multiple great wingmen, and I've seen you fold multiple times. It's only when you by yourself and you got to fucking perform is when you step up. Let's face it.
But I feel like if okay, I'm not gonna do some what ifs, but if Kawhi was there, it might not be Bucks versus Suns. I'll
Oh,
leave it at that.
I will definitely say that much. Everyone has come to that conclusion. If Kawhi was healthy, it would
But Kawhi,
probably be
he was
Clippers.
back big time. He was on a mission this year. I don't think he cares, but he's still he's a robot. But he hears the news, like what they think about the Clippers and stuff. Yo, he was gonna prove people wrong. I think this year, that Giannis versus Kawhi matchup would have been deadly.
Giannis would have put him in a fucking box again like he did 2 years ago. That shit
Clash
would
of the
have been
Titans for real.
crazy.
Giannis, yeah, man, it would have been a rematch. See if Giannis would have gotten his revenge, but I digress.
All right. So next facts or crack. Facts or crack. Will Zion be the first young star from his class to skip his extension so he could win sooner? I mean, there's been hints that he might want to go to New York.
With the amount of money that NBA players can make now off the court endorsements, bro, the kid literally before he even played a basketball game, $100 million from Jordan. So yeah, bro, that can be made up in the back end, bro. Gatorade commercials, it really doesn't fucking matter. Like that money can always be made back, bro. Always.
Yes, sir. That's easy. Me, I got mixed on it. I feel like he'll. I feel like give it. I know for a fact after this next season and they're in the lottery again, the talks are gonna happen. Like it has to. That's gonna be a third straight season not missing the playoffs. You got RJ Barrett going to the playoffs, John Morant going to the playoffs. Who else is from that class? Can't remember off the top of my head, but
Shit, Cam Reddish done been to the conference
that's
finals.
the best prospect since LeBron. Come on, man. Got to make something shake over there. You got the numbers. Now, can you lead the team, or are you just the best second option ever on a championship team? We're gonna see. Only time will tell. I know that hit you because let's keep it real. There might be a chance that Zion's a second option, not on a championship team. You see what he does as a number one option, but maybe like if he were to team up with someone, maybe even one of these young guys, that duo will be crazy. It might even be a 1A 1B.
Well, we know who he's talked about, who he wants to play with in the professionals.
But come home, you guys did it in college. Come home, shit. We might bring Cam too. Come on, just come home, man. Now you want to play there. The Zion in the Garden. Come on, man. That's box office.
Let's talk about another possibility. Will Dallas make moves to get a star next to Luka? Facts or crack?
Shit, at this point, I don't even know what to expect. Mark Cuban really about to be like, bro, I'll give you half of my fortune. Please don't leave. Because shit is shaking over there.
Bro, like, there's so many different ways to look at this. Like, Mark Cuban said it himself. If I got to choose between getting a divorce or keeping Luka, bro, you could catch me at the fucking divorce office, dog. Like, it's just that simple, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to do everything to keep him because he's Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, everything you've ever had great in your organization, all wrapped into one. So it's like, yeah, and bro, the kid is over in Slovenia having fucking fun. They just qualified for
We just
like the
qualified for the
Olympics.
first
For the
time in
first
history,
time
I
in
think. Or something.
Slovenian history, they've qualified for the Olympics, and
It was
he
a
actually
22 year
said
old.
as well that a gold medal is more important to him right now than the finals.
Bruh, he dropped the lightest 30-point triple double I have ever seen in my life. He was out there just bullshitting. I don't think he took a jump shot, bruh. Cause it's like I don't have to. They
That is,
can't.
it's so
These
easy
peasants can't stop me.
at all. I went to NBA. I bought. I come back home, and now I go now to the Olympics.
If Kawhi and PG can't stop me, you think some little dude from Lithuania could step with me? Come on, bruh.
So, question:
Kristaps got to go.
if you guys could choose, who would you pair next to Luca?
You know what would be amazing? Like a Luka and Kawhi combination. Like that would
I
be.
was thinking
that
Luca
would
and Dame
be
would be pretty cool to see, and I could see Dame wanting to probably go to a team like Dallas versus
that would be
another.
just deadly to the fact that like I want to see what they could both do playing off the ball, and then Dame could just look at Luka and he'd be like fourth quarter, and Luka's like, yes, I get really tired. You can take over.
Exactly.
I'll come with 7 minutes left, and we do our thing and we go win championships. But yeah, Kristaps got to go. Like Ross says, Kristaps has got to go. That's your only valuable trade piece. Shit, Tim Hardaway about to get a bag. You gotta get rid of Kristaps, and people don't even want him like that. You're not supposed to be set. I'll keep saying this till the day he retires. You're not supposed to be 7'3" moving like that. You're not. Your bones, your joints, they're not. They're not having a fun time with you moving like a point guard. They're not even having fun time when you see a 6'5" guy, and instead of posting up and taking him to the basket and getting an easy two, you want to shoot a jump shot over him, and then fall on the floor like you want some James Harden shit to get fouled. Like, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you inside?
I honestly think you may just need another consistent bucket next to Luca. So
Even
I'm
DeRozan.
thinking someone of like you could go Karis LeVert, Sabonis, even a motherfucking Jalen Brown.
No, if they don't even want to get like some crazy superstar, they could get DeMar DeRozan. Like Crystal,
Exactly.
Luka's that good that like, and DeRozan is still giving you 20, 22 a game.
You
Like,
literally just need someone to give this man a break so he can survive to the fourth quarter because you know he's going to kill anybody that gets in front of him.
just got a notification. Showtime. Otani just hit a
Otani.
459-foot home run. Now
That
leads
boy's a
the MLB
monster.
with 31. Willie, this is the modern day Babe Ruth. I'm gonna start watching every inch of him now. Why is he pitching it? He's crazy at it, and he has 31.
He's in the home run derby, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Correct?
he's in
He's
the
in the
home run
Hall of
derby, and
Fame
he's the
already.
starting designated hitter of the AL.
Well,
Hall
just
of
let me
Now
know
he'll
when
make him start too.
the home run derby is, because I gotta make sure this will
I
be the
think it's
first
like
one I
next
watch.
week or something.
Yeah,
I think it's next
it's
week.
always the second week of July.
This is the first one I watched since Josh Hamilton and fucking
I remember
whoever
that one.
went like 22 back to. That was the craziest
boy-
shit I ever seen in my
That boy
life.
Josh Hamilton was off the H.
But he was off the shits. He was just like, I
He
can
was
see the
like,
ball, I can hit it.
I'm just gonna go hit baseballs.
Well, we have one more facts or crack. Final facts or crack. Will Miami add another star next to Bam and Jimmy? We kind of hinted at it earlier. Do we think it's actually a
At this
possibility?
point, I think it's more than 50% possible. Pat Riley's always trying to make moves, no matter what. Because I respect Pat Riley so much because he knows the game is evolving so much that it's like, bro, you see what Brooklyn has, and they were hurt, and they took Giannis and the Bucks to 7 games. And if KD's foot wasn't size 17 and it was size 16, KD is in the NBA Finals because they would have ran through the Hawks. But his foot's so big, and you didn't have Kyrie or Harden, so it just shows you how lethal they are. And of course, Miami has to make moves. Did you not see what happened to them this year? Like Tyler Hero, 7 points a game against the Bucks. Good job, good fucking job. You can't even say anything. Just shake your head because you know it's true. Like that. Imagine that you would have had Harden right now, and the whole landscape of the East is different.
Oh, I know. I mean, if you give us Harden, that means we probably don't have Oladipo. That means fucking Jimmy Butler doesn't have to do the shit that he does. He could play defense. He could be like the Scottie Pippen of the like, bro. It's so many different things that can happen. Bam,
and Harden.
I'm like, Bam would be fucking going crazy, and then Bam could bring it down and hand it. Like, bro, there's so many. All I know is that, like I stated before, Pat Riley does not like losing, and his goal for a very long time has been to get one more ring. It's just that simple. And he will die trying. It doesn't matter to that man. He will be in his deathbed in the hospital talking about, hey, LeBron trying to slide back. Tell him I left the key under the
I
mat.
was gonna say, tell him the keys under the doormat.
Exactly. And it's like, bruh, shit, what's crazy is if things didn't work out and LeBron actually called him, that would be the craziest I would love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation because it would just be the most ignorant shit ever.
All right, final topic of the evening. The big story of the week was Sha'Carri Richardson. She won a race, found out her mom died in an interview, basically, if I'm not mistaken, was the order of events. Decided, you know what, I got to cope with this, smoke some weed, and then tested positive. I think it was like the next day or within the next couple of days, and then was suspended for 30 days. A lot of people are bringing a lot of controversy to the topic because you have former Olympians such as Michael Phelps, who were big endorsers of marijuana. You have other Olympians who had tested positive for steroids but said that they ate it in a Subway sandwich. And then you have like Ryan Lochte, who fakes robberies and destroys equipment, but yet all of them are still able to compete in the Olympics.
Yeah,
Now,
I'll never forget that
Sha'Carri,
guy.
she's going to be able to race. She's only suspended 30 days, so that means she should be back in time for the race that she was scheduled to be in. However, people are still, not
But
taking this
he can't
lightly.
race in single races, I believe.
Well, no. So basically, she'll be back in time to compete in hopefully the relay race,
Yeah.
and she'll be the last leg. But she's
Which
not
is
going to
the
be in
main
the
one. That's like the big one for track, if I'm not mistaken, is that final
four
relay.
4x1 for sure. But she was also going to be in the 100 and the
Yeah.
200, and
And it's the
everyone was
fact
looking
that they
forward to
say
that.
it's a performance enhancing drug when me, the guy across the screen, and our hosting model all do the same shit, and that shit don't make you anything but hungry, and you forget where you put your remote. Shit, you forget where you put your phone sometimes, and it's in your left hand, and you looking
And
crazy.
she out here winning Olympic
Bro,
medals.
what? Bro, weed. I'll go to the basketball court and I feel like I'm in the NBA because it's just some za. But it don't make me shoot better. It don't make me do anything better. Performance enhancing drug. Oh yeah, like it's come on, bro. You see what's going on here? Like it makes no sense at all.
I'm just like, bruh, people were really looking for anything to like either hate on this girl or take her down a notch because it's like, yo, she didn't do it the conventional way at all. She, like I pointed out the clip, bruh,
She was in Oregon, man. It's legal over there.
she did a year of college, bruh. Like she legit did freshman year and was like, okay, I'm professional. Let's do this. And then went trained and started running 10 6s, bruh. And it's like, yo, that's insane, bruh. You like people don't comprehend a 10 6 for a woman is the equivalent to a fucking 9 9 9 8 for a man. The shit that Usain Bolt and everyone else was running back in the wild days. So,
Mhm.
bruh, she's doing very scary shit. And honestly, if the Olympics wants their ratings, bruh, you would let her run. If you had any fucking common sense, you let her
It's
run.
like Melo said, if it's not crack, let her run. Come on, man. Let the girl
If it ain't
run.
crack, let her run track.
She
Shout
won't
out to
smoke
LaMelo Ball.
everyone, break records, and get gold medals. Come on, bro. Come on, y'all making millions off this. A plant ain't never hurt anyone. So
I'm
use
just like, bruh, if we keeping it a buck, like if we keeping it a buck, bruh, it's probably a dehancing performance dehancing drug, if anything. Because let's face it, if you try to smoke and run track, bruh, you're gonna be out of breath a lot
fact that
quicker.
she was talking and she was blowing people by like that, running 10 6s and stuff, put her in the Hall of Fame right now. Because that shit is so impressive. Because we could go do that and play a game of basketball, and I'm done. I'm dead. I'm
Hell
good.
no. I barely was able to walk a mile this morning with my
I'm
girlfriend.
good. I'm good. I sometimes do it and then go to the gym, and instead of 20 minutes on the treadmill, I gotta do 10 or like 12 minutes or something, or just hit a mile because I'd be like, damn, I don't know why I did this. Like this shit, bro. You gotta have some iron lungs like you're in Call of Duty.
Bruh, that shit's crazy. But yeah, that shit. Olympics start this month anyway. That's what we're looking forward to. It's finna be lit. USA all the way. That's all I fucking.
Let's get this gold. But as always, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, MBF_Clo, MBF_Trill, MBF_Podcast, at Only a Mono, at Unwrap Sports, at the Icon Network, on YouTube, MBF_Podcast as well, and Nothing But Facts all together on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Y'all take care. No problem.